Well, today, we are incredibly excited to announce our first step in this transition with our first chip designed specifically for the Mac. And we call it M1. M1 has been optimized for our most popular low-power systems.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. As you've seen already, today we will be talking about the new MacBooks that will be coming to the entire MacBook lineup this year and the following years to come. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below what you think of today's video. For a while now, Apple has been making all of their components for their products in-house for the iPhones, the Apple Watches, the iPads. The only thing they haven't done this for is the MacBooks. Apple would always use the latest Intel chips, but these chips did not have built-in GPUs and are not as powerful as Apple would like them to be. This causes a big headache for Apple and Mac users, mainly because most of them are content creators. The Intel chips would not allow for Apple to get the best performance out of their laptops like they would have liked to. For a while now, it has been rumored that Apple would refresh some of the Macs this year and put a new chip inside of some of these new Macs, and that came true this year. Apple has introduced the all-new M1 chip, which will unlock a lot of unused power from these beastly machines. M1 is built on a 5nm process, making it the smallest chip to ever be put in a laptop. I am going to show you the charts Apple used to show the performance differences, but just to let you know, they do lack a lot of information. Apple says with just 10 watts of power, the M1 CPU can provide twice the performance of the PC laptop at just 1/3 of the PC's power consumption. The same goes with the M1 GPU. The M1 is 2 times faster and reaches the PC's peak GPU performance only using 1/3 of the power. The M1 has an 8-core CPU and an 8-core GPU, a 16-core neural engine, 16 billion transistors, and a secure enclave. They also have a unified memory architecture so that the SSDs and file transfers can be quicker since M1 supports Thunderbolt 4 and USB 4. Apple's SoC has everything on one chip, so the GPU, CPU, and secure enclave, transistors, and neural engine are all on one chip, making communication between the chips and the parts easier, quicker, and more efficient. This has allowed for a lot of efficiency improvements and power improvements, at the same time making the new Macs that will receive this new chip even better. M1 is now on the MacBook Air, Mac Mini, and MacBook Pro. When we are talking about improvements with the MacBook Air, Apple says it is 3 times faster than the best-selling Windows laptop. Apple also says, with M1, MacBook Air is 98% faster of all PC laptops sold within the last year. Machine learning is also 9 times faster than the previous Air. M1 also makes SSDs 2 times faster than the previous MacBook Air. Another big thing, because of M1, the MacBook Air is able to get 15 hours of web browsing and 18 hours of video playback. That is 6 hours more than the previous MacBook Air. Moving on to the Mac Mini, the all-new Mac Mini delivers 3 times more CPU performance than its previous quad-core version. It also has 6 times graphics performance and is 5 times faster than the top-selling PC desktop. ML performance is 15 times faster than the previous Mac Mini. These are improvements across the board. Lastly, the MacBook Pro. The MacBook Pro has a 2.8 times faster CPU compared to the last generation MacBook Pro. Machine learning is 11 times faster, and the GPU is 5 times faster as well. Apple also claims the MacBook Pro with M1 is 3 times faster than the best-selling Windows laptop in its class. The Pro has up to 17 hours of web browsing and 20 hours of video playback. That is twice the amount comparing it to the previous generation. The all-new M1 chip has made the Mac lineup even better and more powerful and efficient. These numbers that they have been able to claim for this chip and its computers are outstanding. They have made these improvements without raising the prices for any of their products. I think this is going to be the biggest thing for Apple this year. The only problem that I see is trying to show the true performance difference between a MacBook Air and a MacBook Pro, the 13-inch MacBook Pro. Apple, the one thing that I've been able to see that is the difference is Apple says that the MacBook Air does not come with a fan. The MacBook Pro does. The MacBook Air does not. But with the same chip, they're basically giving off the same performance. They have the exact same chip. So what I'm concerned about is, are people going to be more inclined to buy a MacBook Air over a MacBook Pro? That is one thing that Apple has been doing a lot this year with their iPhone lineup and now with the new MacBook Air and MacBook Pro. They put the same chips inside of them, and now you're left wondering, are these computers performance-wise the same? They have the same chip. They're faster than their previous models. What is the difference? We all know with iPhones, they're faster than the previous models. They all have the same chip. They all will perform the same, except for the battery life. Same thing with the MacBooks. The MacBook Air is going to get less of a battery life. The MacBook Pro is going to get more because of its larger chassis. So that is the only thing that I will see Apple having a problem with, trying to show the difference between the MacBook Air and the MacBook Pro. Otherwise, this is a big improvement, something that Apple has been needing to do for a very, very long time, and this is going to set the MacBook lineup like way further apart from all other laptops, and it's going to drive more and more people to want to get a MacBook today. That's all for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Stay tuned for the next 2 videos in this series, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.